Now be recorded.
Okay, now we'll call this meeting of May 4th to order. Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
I see Owen running for Sandy, so.
Okay.
Technical difficulty.
Thank you. I was trying to make sure I wasn't having difficulty because I couldn't hear it.
No, we actually had network issues all afternoon, and IT was here trying to get us restored.
Can you hear us from this office now?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Owen.
Okay, Councilmember Shippers,
Here.
Ellenboss,
Here.
Ingalls,
Here.
King,
Here.
Mayor Filkins.
Here. At this time, if we could get motion to approve the agenda with the amendment.
I will, this is Councilmember Shippers. I will make a motion to approve the agenda as amended to add the setting for a public hearing on the proposed Cadillac Phase 2 Municipal Well Field Project under the City Manager's Report.
I'll support that. That's Councilmember King.
Councilmember Ellenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. I'd also at this time remind everybody, although we can see each other, that there are perhaps people on the phone that can't see us, so we need to remember to say who we are. And at this time, we'll open the floor for public comment. Seeing or hearing none, we'll close public comment and move to the approval of the consent agenda. And this evening, we do have the minutes from the regular meeting that was held on April 20th. Would someone like to?
Yes, this is Councilmember Shippers, and I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
This is Councilmember King. I'll support.
Councilmember Ingalls,
So I'm having connection problems. Can you hear me? I vote yes.
We can hear you.
King, Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Ellenboss,
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. So at this time, we'll move to the next item on the agenda, which is the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. COVID-19 update is the first item. According to the District 10 Health Department, that covers Wexford County, Oceana, Newaygo, Misaki, Mecosta, Mason, Manistee, Lake, Kalkaska, and Crawford counties. I did receive an email within the last hour with their latest updates. So far to date, there have been 185 confirmed COVID-19 cases for all of those counties. We have had 9 confirmed cases here in Wexford to date. There have been a total of 12 deaths to date throughout all of the counties, and currently 2 deaths are attributed to be within Wexford County. Just some important sites again to iterate to the public. Our city website, cadillac-mi.net. The District 10 health site, DHD10.org. the Michigan.gov coronavirus website, which is michigan.gov/coronavirus. The Visitor Bureau site, which is cadillacmichigan.com/COVID updates, will specifically provide you with a good resource for finding open businesses and whatnot still in the Cadillac area and region. Additionally, our Cadillac Community Television website, cctv-cadillac.org. You could find replays of public meetings and other public programming off of that site. I may not have been promoting this as much in the past, but there's still a hotline number that's being facilitated through Wexford County, and that phone number is 231-942-7651. If folks have questions about COVID-19 related matters, they can call and leave a message at that number. Additionally, there is a COVID-19 hotline email address set up, and it's covid19@wexfordcounty.org. The Wexford County Prosecutor's Office is the office that is answering and facilitating both that phone number and that email address. Regarding our operational status or operational update, in light of the recent order from our governor that was announced at the tail end of last week that goes into effect later this week with respect to putting back to work various sectors, including those that are performing outdoor construction and outdoor activities. We are bringing back from our split shifts back to full shifts effective a week from today, all of our public works and utilities folks. Our City Hall facility is still closed to the public currently. We're still obviously open for doing remote business, but until such time that the orders begin to loosen up and allow for other places where the public may assemble, we're simply still in that quasi lockdown mode. And that's my COVID update, unless anyone has any questions at all regarding that. Looking for any nods or anything. Looks like we're okay. So moving along, I believe the next item then is the item that we just put on. This is with respect to the public noticing requirements for the drinking water revolving fund that we're going to be tapping into for the phase 2 of the municipal well field project. There's a 30-day public noticing requirement, and we caught on to it after, unfortunately, we put our agenda out last Thursday, which is why we needed to add it for tonight, requesting that we set the public hearing for Monday, June 15th as a part of our regular 6 o'clock city council meeting.
And Marcus, is this item C that we added on, or I'm just lost before I make the motion?
It is C.
It is C.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make the motion to set a public hearing for June 15th, 2020 regarding the proposed Cadillac Phase 2 municipal well field project. And that's Councilmember King.
I'll second it. Ellen Boss.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. And my apologies, I literally just skipped when I was looking at the forms. So back to the item I skipped. It's the request regarding West Mason Street and West Bremer Street improvements. On April 27th, we did have a bid opening for the following project. We received 3 bids, with the lowest being recommended this evening, going to CJ's Excavating out of Cadillac, Michigan. The recommendation is to award their bid in the amount that they proposed, along with a 10% contingency for city engineer approved field changes in the unit quantity or scope due to unknowns that certainly we might uncover as a part of these projects. So the total amount being requested this evening would be $684,484.72. We do have funds available in our major and local street funds and water and sewer fund accordingly for these projects.
Marcus, I have one question. Councilman Ellenboss, is that standard operating procedure? I've never been through this before for the 10% contingency in the contract for unknowns?
Yes,
Okay. All right. Very good.
good question.
Would someone like to make a motion?
Well, I guess I will. This is Councilmember Shippers. I will make a motion to award the contract for the West Mason Street and West Bremer Street Improvement Project to CJ's Excavating, Inc. in the amount of $622,258.84, and to approve a 10% contingency for city engineer approved field changes in unit quantity or scope due to unknown in underground municipal construction, bringing the total award amount to $684,484.72.
I'll second it. Ellenboss here.
Councilmember Shippers,
Yes?
Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Okay, thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. Did someone just raise their hand? I'm sorry. Maybe I missed something. Okay. Under the introduction of ordinances and resolutions, the next three items are all related to setting of a public hearing, and the presentations accordingly will be as a part of those hearings themselves. The first one is regarding the adoption of a resolution to introduce an ordinance establishing our General Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2021 and setting the public hearing for May 18th, 2020.
Okay, I will go ahead and make a motion to adopt the resolution to introduce the ordinance establishing General Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2021 and set a public hearing for May 18th, 2020. This is Councilmember Ingalls.
Councilmember Shippers, support.
Councilmember Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes?
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. The next two are regarding our water rates and our sewer rates respectively. First one is water. It is a request to adopt a resolution to introduce an ordinance to amend Section 42-201 and Section 42-202, subsection 3 of Chapter 42 of the Cadillac City Code to increase water rates in the city of Cadillac 7.5% and to set a public hearing for May 18th, 2020. For frame of reference, these were previously presented as a part of your budgeting related work sessions. And again, we'll have another presentation at your meeting on the 18th.
So this is just for a public hearing going on, not
Correct.
the passing of the tax. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Well, then I will go ahead and make, this is Councilmember Shippers. I will make a motion to adopt the resolution to introduce ordinance establishing, no, I'm the wrong thing, sorry. I would make a motion to adopt the resolution to introduce ordinance to amend section 42-201 and 42-202, parentheses 3, of chapter 42 of the Cadillac City Code to increase water rates in the city of Cadillac 7.5% and to set a public hearing for May 18th, 2020.
Support. This is Councilmember Ingalls.
Councilmember Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes?
Ellenboss,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. The final item is, again, respect to setting of a public hearing. This is to adopt a resolution to introduce an ordinance to amend section 42-374 of chapter 42 of the Cadillac City Code to increase sewer rates in the city of Cadillac 5% and set a public hearing for May 18th, 2020. As before, we'll also have the refresher presentation provided as a part of that public hearing.
Would someone
This
like
is
to make that
Councilmember
motion?
Yeah, this is Councilmember Ingalls. I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution to introduce ordinance to amend section 42-374 of chapter 42 of the Cadillac City Code to increase sewer rates in the city of Cadillac 5% and set a public hearing for May 18th.
Councilmember Shippers supports.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes?
Ellenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. So then that takes us back to a tabled item that we had from our last meeting.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. This item was first introduced actually a couple of meetings ago. We had tabled it pursuant to council discussion at that time. We subsequently have reached out and connected with the company, and Owen has got an update for the board along with our request. Owen?
Okay, thanks, Marcus. So as you recall, we had this item on the April 6th meeting about a month ago and recommended that we actually do the project with an upgraded sign from the resolution we had started with of 10 millimeters up to 16. Actually, the opposite of that, a 10 millimeter sign would be a higher resolution sign for just a few thousand more, and we're still 10,000 below budget. So we wanted to reach out, though, to the company to address some of the questions that council had. So I want to address two things tonight. First, some of those questions related specifically to the project. And then the second question will be addressing some of the concerns with what to do with capital investment during a time of some significant financial unknown. So starting with the company, I had a conversation last week regarding the project. Pro Image Design is up and running as a vendor that provides some important communication tools to businesses, and so they are still open and operational. They would be able to complete the sign within about 30 days. The sign will be removed from the site for up to 2 weeks to be retrofitted with the electronic insert, at which time it will be brought back down and reinstalled in its current location. So all of the identifying marks on the sign will be exactly the same, just the insert would be electronic instead of a manual sign. I think importantly, and this sign is fully programmable from any internet connection with the appropriate security login credentials. So that enables us to manage and change and add messages from any location where we would have an internet connection and the credentials. It also enables us to program multiple messages that scroll across the sign as well. We can use animation, graphics, imaging, all of those things can be built into the programming of the messages. The sign is capable, again, of scrolling multiple messages. Interestingly, it's programmable up to 99 years in advance, according to the vendor. And so it really is a pretty dynamic and highly functional sign. So the next one, again, the answer to the question of investing in capital. And as we talk about communication during this time, I think it's pretty easy to see that even 30 days from now, we'll still be in a pretty unique environment. And so we see this sign really as something that we could really use as a important venue or tool to spread important messages to the community. That's a highly traveled street. As we move into some warmer weather, a lot of people walk by that sign. So it's in a very high traffic area. And I think we can utilize that messaging sign to provide important updates and communication to the community, both as it relates to city issues, school issues, state issues. A lot of those things of public benefit can be scrolled across that sign. And again, if something comes up, on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon, anyone, again, Marcus could issue the dictate to get a message on there, and within moments through an internet connection, we could have that sign updated with the latest and greatest communication that's out there, and that would be important to the community. So from that perspective, we kind of overcame the financial concerns in our own mind, and are recommending that we do move forward with the sign with the Pro Image design from Traverse City in the amount for the upgraded resolution sign at a cost of $19,992.20. So happy to answer any other questions that anyone may have.
Hi, Owen. Ellen Boss here. I'm very familiar with that sign. You said we're replacing the inside. What about the outside with that nasty plexiglass and rusted hinges? I mean, what all are we going to be?
Yeah, good question. That whole middle part of that sign will be completely redone. So it'll look really nice and be highly visible with a high resolution messaging and even images there. So yeah, good question. That is looking.
The whole sign looks terrible, to be honest with you. As well, it's a good deal to upgrade it. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Good question.
Councilmember King, again, especially with so many of our companies going through economic crisis right now, having to have reached out for the PPP or SBA money just to survive. I think we have to be especially sensitive to being fiscally responsible. And while I think it's a really neat idea, and I think at some point it'll be a great asset for the community, I don't think it's responsible to spend this money on this type of perk when we see so many of our other local businesses struggling and watching us to see how we're spending our money, which is their money.
This is Councilmember Shippers. I hear what you're saying, Councilmember King, but part of the job of the city is to communicate to the citizens. And in a swiftly changing situation that we have, I mean, some of the things that could be up on that sign, not everybody can access these meetings, but on that sign to put on ways to get help, ways to get information, the web addresses, the phone numbers. These are all things that could be scrolling on that sign. These are things that we could remind people to social distance while they're in the park. I think communication is one of the primary responsibilities of the city, especially in times like these. I don't see this as a perk. I see this as pretty much an essential improvement, much needed at this time.
I respect your opinion. I think especially from general funds, it is a bell and whistle. The perception is it's a nice toy. And I really think, as a business owner, I would never spend this money during this time of crisis. As a business owner, to make sure I had those funds available if they were needed, whether it be for services, whether it be to maintain jobs at the city, whether it be to deal with other parts of this crisis that we're not able to even anticipate at this point. But that's just my thoughts.
Okay, thank you both. Is there any further discussion? Okay. If someone would like to make a motion at this time?
Okay, understanding the concerns, but seeing the great value in a project like this, I would like to make a motion to award the Rotary Pavilion sign upgrade project to Pro Image Design, Inc. in the amount of $19,992.20. This is Councilmember Shippers.
Is there a support? Okay, not hearing any support of the motion. Would someone like to make a different motion, or we just?
I would make a motion to table it for a month until we find out the situation. As much as I like to have it, I tend to agree with Steve too.
I would support that motion.
Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Shippers,
No.
Ellenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes. Motion carries. And then that'll take us to public comment for this evening. The last public comment for this evening, I apologize. Seeing or hearing no one, we'll close public comment and move to good of the order. If anyone has anything this evening.
Mayor, just a quick announcement that at this time, we're hoping that we'll be back together in person for our next meeting, but we just simply don't know. As time goes on and we get closer to the date, certainly if it appears that remote call-in is still being either A, required or B, allowed, we'll certainly publish the electronic meeting notices in accordance with guidance from Lansing. But as of right now, I'm just not 100% sure which way we'll be.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure too, when we do those public hearings for the water and sewer rates, that we're including like the projections as well, the 5-year projections, possibly the 10-year projections if we have that. Are we going to have that for that presentation?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a core part of it, and we can provide some of that prior as well.
Good. Is there anything else this evening? If not, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.